I should say, before you watch any further, go back and watch the last couple of episodes if you haven't already. They are worth watching. Now, this episode's slightly different. We're going to have a rundown of what's just happened in the season so far. So, yeah, up to date, good. Run the intro. That's very basic. Oh, it's weird. Okay then, folks, welcome back to the Salford story. Now, if you've seen last episode, which at this point I hope you have, you'll know we are promoted to the Premier League. But let's take a quick look back at what happened last season. Who were the top performers? Who let us down, maybe? And how things were in other leagues, maybe, and what's been going on elsewhere in world football in the past few seasons. So let's start with us then. We finished 5th in the league table, obviously went through on the playoffs. We will be joined by Nottingham Forest and Leicester in the Premier League. Our top goal scorer for the season was Dan Carter. Steve Hall with the top average rating, 15 assists for Josh Harrop. The best pass completion, Dennis Monnier. It's an odd one. The man of the match awards spread across 3 players, Harrop, Hall and Habgood. The 3 H's, Triple H. Oh, another wrestling reference. Jim Nash for the most yellow cards, and only 2 reds, it seems. Henri and Tierney picking up both of those. We scored 93 goals, which was the top amount in the league. I think it may well take into account the playoff results as well. And we conceded 69, which is obviously a massive concern considering we go to the Premier League and goals are hard to come by. Conceding could well be an issue. We had the 5th highest amount of yellow cards with 58 and the 7th highest red cards. I imagine that was shared between a few clubs with 2. The average attendance was the lowest in the entire league, so next season will sure be interesting. If we take a quick look over at the other side on the finances, I think my face might be in the way, so we'll pull up another screen. For the season just gone, we are very close to sort of getting the crossover to July. I figured I'd do this before the players leave to go back to their parent clubs from their loan spells from us. This is where we're looking then. This season, a £1.8 million loss. It's whatever, isn't it? At this point, we've got 14.4 million in the bank. We've been given a little bit by the board, and obviously we've got a lot of money going into a new stadium and things like expansion at least and things like that. So it's exciting times to be a Salford fan right now. We are massively under our wage budget going into next season, so we'll be able to break the bank a little bit on some transfers, and you can guarantee that I will. So that should be exciting. In terms of sponsorship and other things, I think our current annual sponsorship, we just got a few more. I think it's around 300. In fact, I might be able to pull up the graphic. Yeah, it was around this area. Okay, we didn't get a tax hit because we didn't make any money. Commercial summary then. Our total annual sponsorship now, as we go forward into the Premier League, is £359,000. It's not a lot, is it? Look, after a few seasons, they'll be desperate. We sold 2,000 shirts, 2,000. Marius, the most popular, Thomas, Joshua, Harrop and Hall, all up there as well. But yeah, only 2,000 shirts. It's not amazing success. I mean, I've got one in the wardrobe, so you know. The cash injection was 5.75 million to just help with a few running costs. And they're very happy with me, as you can probably imagine. They're delighted with the way we're going with the team. The overall performance in the Championship, they're very pleased with. They were disappointed that we let Rob Wellington go. I might as well show you what he's been up to. He went to Leeds on a free transfer. They gave him a very healthy contract at £17,000. 1 game. So probably should have stayed, Rob. Who knows, we may well bring him back. For the Barclays Premier League, over a period, the club are projected to make a profit of £92 million and are required to make a loss of no more than £50 million in order to comply with the regulations. That's pretty good, I would say. We'll see more about that later on then. So, who were the top performers in the league? Well, let's start. We'll start with appearances and we'll go along. We'll see who the top performers were throughout the last league season. Jim Williams in goal, then 48 appearances, topping it by a bit of distance in the end. Habgood, Harrop, Quilty and Nash also mainstays throughout the season. Obviously, we had that period where Jim Nash didn't play and it really hurt us around sort of the January period. I guess the bottom of the list is quite sad when you look at it. Andy Tannoy at the bottom there, 3 substitute appearances. Brian only featured once. The Harp in his 9 appearances, 8 from the bench, got a couple of goals, so not too bad. Monnier could have potentially played more. Balau featured a little bit, the same with Francis Henri, and Jeff Thomas surprisingly low down. And when you consider there's quite a few names above him there, but the top guys, pivotal. So, goal scoring wise, Dan Carter on loan from Middlesbrough, 18 for the season. Marius was 16, and then there's a little bit of a drop off, 7, 6, 6 and 5 from a few players there. You can see on the list. I won't read everything out. You can read if you want to pause it. You can do. Assists, Josh Harrop top of the tree, 14 assists. Nathan Joshua, good to see him up there with 11. Marius and Jeff Thomas share 7 each, and then again there's quite a few players with 5 or 6 and a few others there. Player of the match is Steve Hall. He was obviously a player of the season. He won a lot of the awards post season, which is a bit surprising, but he was up there with the most player of the match matches. Habgood not too far behind, and then again 2s and 3s for a few others. The pass completion rate, I'm just saying, 3 substitute appearances, 90%. What do you want me to tell you? He's a fantastic footballer. And again, in terms of tackles, fine, 3 substitute appearances, but he's done a fantastic job. Should we focus on these a bit more? But Andy Tannoy does top both of those. So in the passing, Andy Tannoy aside, you see our midfield dominated, as well as Dennis Monnier, which is a bit of a surprising one. Pedersen, Carter, Habgood and Quilty. Actually, left backs as well. Not just central midfielders like you might suspect. It's sort of the right back. Pedersen played right back a lot of this season. Quilty also played left back, obviously. And then 2 strikers are up there, with Habgood the only midfielder with a well, at the top of the tree. I guess the percentages by and large are all pretty similar, but surprising to see strikers and left backs and full backs, and just backs, people that play wide back, so just making up positions. And on tackling, you can see the Fire and Hulscher, the 2 kings of tackling, which you'd probably expect from a couple of centre backs. Dribbles per game, you can see that when Jeff Thomas is on the pitch, 5 dribbles per game, not bad at all. Since we brought Vosa in as well, he's got 3.66 dribbles per game, which is very high. The Hart, Marius, other strikers that obviously play in that lone role are forced to dribble a little bit more, so up there as well. And the shots on target percentage ratio, whatever it is, the Harp actually has the best one. 75% of his shots go on target. Quilty's up there as well. In terms of the other strikers, you can see there Marius with 53%, as well as Dan Carter, who were our top goal scorers this season. So they're very even. Who knew? Spoke about yellow cards a little bit before. Actually didn't have anyone prolifically have, but like our discipline this season was pretty good, I would say. Not bad at all. And then finally, of course, average rating. Steve Hall up there, Habgood, Joshua, Harrop, Carter and Vosa all follow behind. Marius and Jeff Thomas also quite high up on the list, and some good average ratings there. It's nice to see like enough players in the 7s, and you've got to have a season like this if you're going to get promoted, so it's good to see so many of them doing so well. Now I just figured I'd show you a few things that you might not always see. Legends of the club, Barry Massey and Dr. Benjamin, that's me, I'm up there. Icons for the team, Andy Tannoy, Luke Clark, James Paul, Jeff Thomas, and Josh Harrop has recently been added to the list. Favourite personnel, Steve Hall, the Harp, Joshua Habgood, Nathan Joshua, and a few old names there as well. Nathan, Rahis Nabi, I don't know where I said Nathan, I don't know where Nathan came from, I mean it says it above. Sonny Aluko also on the list with Dan Carter and Marius, who are recent additions to said list. We've got a little bit of loan debt now, 13.75 million, but our estimated value is 14.25, and that will only go up now into the Premier League. We only have 1,194 season ticket holders. I wonder if that will change now with the Premier League. I guess we'll find out. And I'm hoping the dynamic rivalries will take effect during our seasons in the Premier League. Hopefully some of the titans of that division, especially in the next 5 years or so, will find their way into the rivalries. We haven't picked up any along the way, so it'd be nice to get a few more on there. Again, I covered this at the end of last episode, but if you just want to look at facilities, you can see that we're going to share Bolton's ground with them, 28,000 seats. I don't think we're going to fill it. And affiliate clubs, I think we may well lose our senior affiliate with Manchester United because we'll be in the same division. We'll keep the one with rugby, and I think we'll look for one a little bit higher up, maybe around a League 1, League 2 club, to become what we used to be, essentially. So I think that'd be quite nice as well. So I'm just showing you some bits and bobs, folks. Just showing you some bits and bobs. So there it is then. That is the rise of Salford City. We started this season here, I think it was the 14th. No, sorry, that's not us. Try to take credit for something that literally wasn't me. So that was our first season. We finished 6th, 15th, 16th, and then promotion the next season we finished first. Another sort of, it was that time where we had to have a season without promotion to get promotion, and then we had a nice rapid rise through the divisions. We got a very good squad around the Vanarama Nationals sort of era, and it pushed us all the way up into the Championship, where we've been for a couple of seasons, 14th and 13th, and then obviously just 5th this season, not even in like top 3 or anything, just 5th. Got ourselves the playoff victory. Tom Hitchcock currently holds the record for the most Salford goals in a season with 37. Dan Carter has netted 19 occasions this term, so not too bad. And top league goal scorer, the Harp currently holds the record for the most Salford goals in a league season of 35. May well be broken in a few years' time, who knows, but it's a pretty high target to reach. Dan Carter again, 18 on this occasion. So yeah, a few more bits and pieces there. Our trophy cabinet isn't great. We haven't gone up with the title very often. Every time we've got promoted, you can see here, it was first that year. As soon as we got into the league, it was a third, and third place finish, and then a 5th. It's a bit ridiculous that, actually, when you think about it. We've never topped a league. We've never raced away with a league title. We've always scraped in and forced our way up through the playoffs or an automatic spot. But the most important thing is we're there now, and it's the job to stay in the Premier League. I mean, for anyone that's interested in our landmarks, all of them there fit on the same page. There's some quite nice ones. I think my favourite of all of these is Google Translate withdraws funding, which I like the most out of all of them. Richard Tawndry, Dickie Laundry. He's a manager now, but he's gone back to being Richard Tawndry. He's like a superhero. It's like Clark Kent, right? He lives a double life. By day, he's Richard Tawndry. By night, Dickie Laundry. I just love that. I love everything about it. A few of you might be interested in my own manager stats. You can see my attributes there. Our media handling, not great. Attacking and defending has worked its way up, though. I think we started with Sunday League reputation. I'm sure we did. Yeah, Sunday League footballer with the National A-Lines. We're certainly not the most qualified of managers, but we've found our way to this point now. Some stats are better than others. Working with youngsters, not great, for example. Mainly because they leave and go to different teams, which is always a shame. I've just realised, folks, that next season will probably play against this guy, Peter Phillips. There he is. He's wanted currently. I'm not sure who by. He's now, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the captain of Southampton. He is. Peter Phillips is the captain of Southampton. He looks decent, I'll say that much. Maybe we'll pick him up in a few years when he gets to around the 30 mark. He's had a decent season last season. Shall we have a quick look at the Premier League table then? How did it finish last time down? Swansea have been relegated. They have a left wing I'm interested in. Swansea relegated. Middlesbrough and Leeds also go down. And that means that Rob Williamson's gone down as well. Maybe another potential pickup. And Dan Carter will be at Middlesbrough, but in the Championship. Maybe then. Man City have won the league. You can see in the last few years, not much has changed. United, Chelsea, City at the top of that. So this season it was City, Arsenal, United, Chelsea. I guess any real shocks there? I would like to say that Liverpool finished 8th as a shock, but not really. QPR up there with David Hawkin or Harkin. Was it Harkin? I always say Hawkin or Harkin. It's one of those. Either way, he's not featured in the first team yet. It's Harkin. So I think all in all, it is set to be an exciting season last season. I like that Guardiola and Allegri have both left Chelsea this season. They've still finished 4th. I mean, the football's weird. For example, the current Manchester United manager is David Moyes. I mean, where do we start with that? A few of you may well be interested about my overall history. I mean, I'll show this again at the very end of the save, but we're kind of at a nice point here as we get our promotion. So if you want to have a look at a few of those things. Some of it's not that impressive, I dare say. I've actually earned 750,000 in my career. That's over a 10-year spell. It's not terrible. The most we've spent on a player is 1.9 million for Marius, and the most we've received is 6 million for Danny Wright. It's not too bad. 6 promotions, 2 league wins. I'll take it, frankly. I'll take it. A 48 win percentage. Yeah. 3,646 days in charge. We must be very close to 10 years then. Right, I think that'll wrap us up. If there's anything else you want to see, leave a comment in the description. Leave a comment in the comment section, and I will try and get back to it and write out what you may have asked for if I'm on the game at the time when I'm looking through the comments. That's how it's going to work. So then, we embark on a new journey. The next episode will indeed be a transfer special. We're going to bring in, I don't know who. It's going to be exciting. I've only brought in one player so far. I won't actually reveal who it is quite yet. I'll reveal it in the next episode. But yeah, it's going to be fun. That it's certainly not over. You've been watching The Salford Story. For me, Dr. Benji. Until next time, we love with care. Goodbye. I hit myself in the face there. I don't know if you could tell. That was silly.